So, welcome back. For those of you who were with us yesterday, thank you for joining again. We've got a lot more going on for the day. We ended an hour earlier today than we did yesterday, so we'll get off a little bit earlier, but I am just so grateful for everyone that is here to join us. Just some brief comments to get us started this morning. What was your favorite part of the day yesterday? If you were here yesterday, throw in the chat something that you really loved, a person you really enjoyed listening to. So like if they weren't here, maybe they know what recordings to go back and listen to. Throw some of that in the chat. That would be great. I'm tired today, you guys.
You must be
Imagine that.
exhausted.
Imagine that. I'm sorry. So you're just going to see the ugly side today. So I'll go back and look at the chat and see what you guys are saying about yesterday, but hopefully you did it. One, I know you're looking at me about Rhode Island right now. But the first thing I want to say is we are here today, specifically today, September 14th was picked because this is the day Don Clifton passed away many years ago. And so we already know that February 3rd, his birthday, is the International Strengths Day. However, I thought with his number one significance and number two futuristic and doing the future of strengths, what better way to honor this amazing man who gave us a tool that we all just love and see such amazing impact in. What better way to honor him than to celebrate his legacy? And that legacy is really all about continuing to live what we want to live. And I am so grateful that this came into my life. And when I think about legacy, I always think about the fact, and this is because most of my family has passed away well, is that one of the things is the only time someone truly dies is the last time someone says their name. So imagine how beautiful it is that we're still talking about this man all these years later. And I can only imagine that we will continue to talk about this man for many years to come. And the ability for us to have an impact that will live beyond what you and I do in this world with strengths is such a beautiful thing to consider. And so I'm so excited to have people like you in my sphere, in my orbit, building this beautiful community. So he was one motivation. Another motivation is Rhode Island. How many of you guys know what Rhode Island has done with strengths and who this lovely gentleman, Mike Ritz, is in the picture that I'm so in awe of? Do you guys know the story of Rhode Island? Like what they've done? Good. Cheryl, yeah. Okay. For any of you who don't know what Rhode Island did, Rhode Island, when Mike Ritz was the director of Leadership Rhode Island, this started back in 2015 when the State of the American Workplace came out, where they looked at workplaces based on the Q12, Gallup's measurement tool for engagement. And Rhode Island was dead last of the most actively disengaged state, according to Gallup. And Mike Ritz said, oh no, not on my watch. We're not going to do that. And so Mike Ritz set out to start using strengths. And so in his leadership program, which brought people from all different walks of the community, from politics to corporations to schools to the police to nonprofits and education. And so when they were at his leadership program, they did strengths. And then from there, those people then took it out, right? This whole thing that I talk about, be the pebble, start the ripple, right? So he started with a small group. They started taking it out and taking it to their spheres. And all of a sudden, from 2015 to 2017, Rhode Island went from number 50 to number 15 to one of the most engaged states, as opposed to the absolute worst. But on top of that, in 2016, in that same report, they were still number 49 in the category of I use my strengths every day. And from 2016 to 2017, in 1 year, they went from 49 to number 1. So if there is not a compelling case of how we could build a strengths-based generation, of how fast we could make a change if we start intentionally using strengths in all of our spaces, that is the inspiration that brought me here today, especially after I did my Foresight certification in March. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Foresight tool later on, and I'll be mentioning that in an email coming up to save the dates in October, because we're going to be working with Foresight tools so that you guys know how to use Foresight tools to intentionally map what our future could look like when we start making strengths a key piece of what we are already doing. This is not about only strengths. This is strengths and this is to exponentially move the needle forward to something successful and sustainable in all walks of life. The ones we're talking about here today, like education and family and mental health and trauma. Oh my gosh, if you guys missed the mental health panel yesterday, I was a blubbering mess after it was finished because I can't do work in that space. I don't have the experience. I don't have maybe the patience. I don't have the knowledge. I love strengths, but so many conversations I've had over the last year and the panel yesterday for me really proved that if we use strengths intentionally, there are people out there doing incredible work. And the fact that I can, maybe my role in this is to bring those people together to share a platform so we can get those voices and that work known around the world and build those people up. And so I am just so grateful to have so many of you here that are experts at what you do and still also have a patient passion for strengths. So that is really one of the biggest reasons I'm here is to keep building this community. I don't want to repeat things I said yesterday. If you missed my opening remarks yesterday, you can go back and listen to the recording and what that's all about. But this is so much for me around building community. And my maximizer says, I don't need 1 million followers. It's quality over quantity. I need 100 people who love what they do, who want to have an impact with strengths, who want to be leaders in this space so that we can build something together and create concentric circles of impact that we're constantly interacting with one another and building something out. And so the community, the Practical Strengths membership community is a part of that. You can join that for as little as $10. This is not here to be a sales pitch, but if you want to continue to surround yourself with people who love what they do, learn with them, collaborate with them, connect with them, and in addition, that supports me to keep writing these books and making those videos and all the content that can help support these missions, then that might be a place for you to start. If you're already a little bit more seasoned and you want to go in, what we have started building with the Practical Strengths LLC, eventually we're going to bring a nonprofit in, but the Strengths LLC is actually going to be about building strategic partnerships so that we become a collective, collaborative co-op, which means you don't have to leave your business behind if you already have one, or if you're starting out and you don't have anything and you're just kind of alone out there. Any of us out there who have been doing this alone for a while know that it can get very overwhelming and it's very challenging to do so much of what we love when we are held back by sometimes the costs of certain things, by the number of people we can actually work with. And so Practical Strengths LLC is building out to be this kind of collective cooperative consulting arm where my goal is to bring people in, mentor you, train you directly, hand holding on what strengths means, the tools that Practical Strengths has, how we can do this and build together, and bring specialists in different areas so that when somebody wants to do strengths work and really wants to build it into their organization or their university or their school, that we have a amazing pod of people they can pull from that specialize in those areas. And then we have people we can work with together. And again, we'll keep the continuing education going. We'll have those webinars, we'll have the support. But imagine the power of bringing enough people together that we can suddenly buy healthcare together, that we can buy tools together, that we can get ourselves to a different level than what we could do alone. And I am a perfect example of someone, who lives sort of the, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. I want to go far. I want to build, and I am ready to do that and take it to the next level. And I have some amazing people around me that are helping me do that. So if that is something that interests you at some point, I am happy to have a conversation. I will be doing a webinar to sort of talk about what that means after we get through the forum and I sleep for a week, because that's probably going to happen once I get back to Mexico, because I leave for Mexico tomorrow, because of course, traveling the very next day is exactly what I need to do. But I am super excited about what we are building, what we are bringing to the table. I hope you guys have enjoyed the networking. It was brought up earlier today. How are you guys going to keep in touch? One, I hope you come back and you join us for that foresight workshop. I'll have 2 or 3 on the calendar so that we can really dive in and make sure that everybody has an opportunity to participate. That will be probably a 3 to 4 hour workshop. So just plan on at some point around the second half of October to have some free time to participate in that. I'll be following up after to find out what are good times to do that, but hopefully I will have dates set very shortly. And then on top of that, if you want to get in touch with other people, or if maybe you want to add yourself to someone's email list and make sure that you're following them, we will be sending out a Google form as well to get your permission and connect you with the people that you want to connect with and create a database for you guys to do that. You can also join my group, Speaking of Strengths, on Facebook. All of us are in there. I would love to continue those conversations and build that group to a more conversational one where it's not just me posting. I want to hear from you guys. So hopefully the Speaking of Strengths group on Facebook will also be a place you can go. You can look it up and just go right in. It is open to the public. And with that, I just want to say a sincere thank you to everyone who has been a part of what we've done so far. This has been such a joy to watch develop. Yesterday I was super emotional at the end of it. I really was, and I posted at nearly midnight last night because I had to say something of just how touched I am to have all of you in my orbit, have you as part of this community, and the ways that we can work together to empower one another and build one another up is what absolutely keeps me motivated every single day. And that mental health conversation was a really big one as well. And so I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll continue to join me. And I hope you'll talk to friends who you think might benefit from this space as well. Because really we go from everyone from strengths novices. We have speakers here that didn't know their strengths until a couple of weeks ago, but to people who are really strengths experts, but still want to collaborate with others and build something even bigger and stronger than what we are alone. So thank you so much for being here today. We're going to put the links and everything in the chat so that you know where to go. We have Kate Bringardner, who's doing the golden shadow and shadow work with strengths. She's amazing. Verity is also off on her own Zoom link, so we'll pop that in there so you can go talk to her. She's going to talk about spiky profiles and cognitive function with organization and what that looks like from a neurodiverse perspective. And then you'll come back here. So we'll keep throwing that agenda in the chat. But thank you so much for being here today. And I look forward to continuing this journey with you. Thank you.